Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. One second, let me turn this on. Doo-doo-doo. Good morning, good morning. TIRX looks okay, doesn't it? Even though, okay, there we go. That looks okay. TIRX. Remember when this one got destroyed to the abyss? Stuff like this, though. It almost feels like we're back to yesterday morning, doesn't it? So no DMs, Miss Tony. The morning for me is for getting ready for the stream and making trade. Not for responding to DMs. I will fight you. Yeah, Pelish, yeah, a bit of a pop there. A bit of a pop. It just seems like a complete replica of like the names we were playing with yesterday. But just different stocks. And they all seem very suspicious too. Very suspicious. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Salute. Good morning. CCHH can fly. Yeah, I mean, we were watching that very closely last night in Discord, right? Very closely as it broke out above 50 cents, right? And then came back for a retest and then broke out and then exploded up. And then I had a solid close at the very end at 75 cents. Hasn't been able to get back to that 75 cents. But it's given some really nice opportunities for scalp, especially up the bottoms, right? So that looks good. It just needs to break out again. I don't know of anything like this morning, like no 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 no. Yeah, I don't know if anything looks like this morning like it's gonna fly, but LIMN, this one's done okay. You know, some nice little scalps. It's not bad, right? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Not fighting members, please. That's unprofessional. No, I'm not fighting anybody. Not fighting anybody. I am who was on, on early and rocking until 4, 5 p.m. easy. No, yeah. I can't be streaming like early to for the entire day. I can't do that. Can't do that. Not anymore. I I literally ended up in the hospital because I was streaming so much. It's like I can't really do that. I need to find balance, you know. Otherwise it's not fun anymore. Runs is weak. 24-hour streams. I literally ended up in the hospital multiple times. And the doctor was like, maybe you should work less. Maybe you should do less. I'm like, you kidding me? Really? That's not gonna happen. And you guys are like 24-hour streams. Come on. Unbelievable. Good morning. 2 minutes till the open. Question for you guys in the chat. What's your favorite name? Was there good Wi-Fi in the hospital? Ah, Unbelievable. What's your favorite stock going into the open? Let me know. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of random names this morning, right? That still have to prove themselves. If you look at CCHH, it doesn't look bad at all. And you can see that demand zone, you can see the 200, you can see the VWAP. So there's a bit of support between like 63 cents and 60 cents for this one. It's on that downtrend, so if it can break at the open, that would be good. So this one looks nice too. FLYE looks interesting. Like it had a really nice pop multiple times this morning, and then it almost seems like it's consolidating, but doesn't have the volume, but it looks okay, right? So we'll see what happens at the open. LIMN, this one's been a multi-day runner now. Every day it's a small run, you know. For now though, I think we need to break above that $2.30 or get a little bit closer to $2 for a retest. Alrighty, so that looks interesting. Again, this with TIRX, we played it this one already in the past. It's having a bit of a random run this morning. Not sure where that's coming from, but if it can break above 15 cents, maybe that'd be a good thing. Maybe it has more in the tank. Alrighty. Um, yeah. I mean, yeah, you guys seem to have some random names in the chat too for favorite names. Right? There really isn't a clear name. So we shall see what happens and then go from there. Let the games begin. That's right. Fly with a bit of a bounce there, so that's good. Right. So testing the VWAP at the very least. So we shall see. They all seem to be trying to pop, except for CCHH maybe. But CCHH, they come back and retest the 200 EMA. So let's see if we can stay above this level. Alrighty, so you can kind of see the triple bottom there of the 200 EMA for this one. You do have that downtrend as I mentioned though, so that downtrend has to be broken, and then we can go from there. Fly is getting rejected at the VWAP as well. TIRX. BOXL was on the list. It just had a massive supply zone, so we kind of ignored it. But um, yeah, BOXL is popping a little bit there. That was a good retest, actually. If you ignore the supply zones, that's a beautiful retest. That's how charts are supposed to work, you know? So again, only concern here is that the market just opened, but that was a pretty sweet retest, right, of the breakout. A pretty sweet retest of the breakout. So again, your next resistance is at 230 resistance up there. There's so many random pops this morning. Nothing with major substance. ASST with the pop now too. And TRX looks like it wants to break through that 15 cents. Raven, are you in this one? I feel like Raven, this was a bottom feed play for Raven. It's a nice push though, isn't it, on this one? There really isn't a catalyst on this. This is just, I think, retail pumping this now. Just retail pumping it. There you go, 16 cents. 16.20. Fly is really trying to break through that VWAP. Hasn't been able to do it, but it's really trying. So if it can break through $6.20 and hold, maybe there's a lot more in the tank. So BOXL's testing the 230 resistance. Yeah. See if it can break out. You know what's been annoying lately is, and I think in the past we've known exactly what stock we liked, you know, coming into the open. Lately it's been like you have to wait a few minutes, you know, to really see the one that stands out because they all kind of look the same and they all look suspicious, you know. Virus. Let's go virus. Again, Fly looks interesting there. I like the way that it's holding the bottom there. Um, so if it can break above that 620, maybe what's the float on Fly again? The float isn't 1.5 million, so it's not that big of a deal. But it does need to break out though. It really, really needs to break out. Come on, Fly. Fly says, yeah, you think so? Well, it needs to break above that 620, which it is. Not quite closing above it though, because it keeps doing the same thing. Up and down and up and down. Up and down and up and down. Let's go. So yeah, BOXL is testing that 230 resistance for anybody that's in this one. CCHH, watch that 200 EMA if it can consolidate, that would be a good thing. And then LIMN, right? That's a really nice curl there. So this one continues to be like a scalper, everyday scalps, everyday scalps. I bet you a whole bunch of you guys are in this one. I'm surprised this wasn't like your favorite stock this morning. Very surprised this wasn't the favorite. Type yes in the chat if you're holding LIMN. Type yes in the chat if you're holding LIMN. I know a whole bunch of you guys are holding this one. So again, you have that resistance at 230. This wasn't the high yesterday. The high yesterday was all the way at 250, right? So if it can break and actually hold that level, then it can maybe slowly start pushing. Fly, you can tell what the problem is with Fly. Fly just couldn't break above that. And it's been a problem for some time now. Look at that, right? So if it doesn't break the VWAP, we know how important the VWAP is on these momentum stocks now, especially when it's tight like that. It's a big problem. So if it doesn't break above that level, it doesn't go anywhere, right? So LIMN is like, hey guys, come over here instead. I have some juice for you. I have some juice for you. Yeah. So there goes $2.40, right? This one's done a really good job with like the multi-day runs, almost like Nam. You guys remember Nam? We said this yesterday when we were leaving the stream quite a bit, right? So if anything was gonna run, it would be LIMN, and because it just keeps coming back. It doesn't seem like it wants to ever die. BOXL is looking good though. So finally broke through that 230 as well, and popping. So at least some of these names are breaking out. You could tell that there's not a whole lot of follow through though, but like there's not enough volume to like to rock it, but they're breaking out and giving you like mini scalps. Mini scalps. Uh VVPR? No. I don't see that on the list. Don't see it on the list. The good thing with Fly is that like you can see that it's in the same range, right? Like it's just going back and forth for now. So if it can stay above 550 is the bottom of the range there. I'm gonna move this line a little bit lower, right there. So if it can stay above that 550 and break out, that would be a good thing. I wanted to watch this one for a second, LBTYB, just because it had like a micro float. The float in this is 270,000 shares, right? So, often enough, when a name like this starts halting up, right, it can halt up for a little bit, just like the one we played with yesterday, right? That was the only reason. There was another stock that had 250,000 shares for a float yesterday, and it was halting in the 20s, and then the 50s, and then 100 and something. You guys remember that one? And then went to the abyss, right? So box with a nice pop to 250. A very nice pop to 250. Yeah. No, again, like stuff like that, you only touch it. You only touch stuff like that when it's gaining momentum on the way up. Yeah, Kelly B, exactly, Robert. Yeah. You only touch stuff like that on the way up. If it's breaking out, that's the only time you touch it. If it's halting down, you don't touch it at all, ever. You're gonna end up finding yourself under the bridge. You know? because the FOMO is what you want, and like very minimal shares, right? One share. Here we go again for Fly. Fly is testing the view up again, and it's still failing. So, but you can tell though, like Fly is just going back and forth in that range. So it really needs to break out of the. I'm gonna delete this little scribble line, but you guys kind of get the idea, right? You get the idea. Gemini is slowly pushing there. Oh, there goes Fly. The issue with Fly is like it's gonna move like that very quickly. Uh, so there goes yeah. The issue with this is like the candle on that breakout was very aggressive, very aggressive. But you could tell though. Wait, what happened? Yeah, let me scroll back up. I missed it. You guys can make short jokes in the morning. You know, I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss them. Um, yeah, I don't know. JIBG is is Reddit hype. Speaking of Kelly B was halted. It seems like, and it's on halted again. Yeah. Yeah. See, this is the problem with this. Is like the candles are so volatile. You can't even get proper price action in this. I hate stuff. You know when stuff like that happens. It's like it's all over the place. One candle goes all the way up, one candle comes all the way back down like this. There's no way to really judge that. You know, the way you judge stuff like this then is you try and look for the bottom of the range, right? TIRX is still struggling with that 15 cents, so it looks like it needs to break and consolidate above that. Needs to break and consolidate above that range. Can you STN? Sure, we can take a look. SGN. You're in at 24 cents, you said. Can you tell me if the chart shows 24 possibilities? So you're in it, you're not in at 24 cents. If the chart shows 24 possibility. I mean, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Right? As long as you kind of stay, as long as you try and stay above, you know, like 15, 14 cents. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad at all, Jay. So flies back to playing with $6. We're retesting 230 for LIMN. CCHH just hasn't done anything worth looking at all. BOXL is the one that's doing well though with the level. So a good retest of 230 and then pushing for 250 again. So BOXL is doing okay, isn't it? Yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, no, BOXL looks good. The levels are nice to look at. They're yeah, like you can look at the levels and make decisions, you know. So that's always a good thing. And that's why we say, you know, it's good to wait a few minutes at the open because you can't always tell right away. Right? So yeah, this looks good. That looks good. Mm, 15. 1, 2, 3. 15. Okay. 7. Okay. You haven't touched anything yet? No, that's okay, Cam. That's okay. It is Friday after all. Right? It's Friday and it's suspicious. um yeah, LBTY is now halted up. Goodness gracious. Mm, just looking at. Okay. RDIP is also halted up. Uh, Let me take a look at that one. DIB. See, like it's halted up, but it's halted up because it dropped so low. Some of these names are so stupid this morning. It's not even funny. Right? Fly still looks like it has hope. Right? LIMN just playing the same game we played with yesterday. It doesn't have a whole bunch of volume. And then BOXL is hitting resistance at 250. So we need some clearer names, you know. The lack of news in pre-market wings, yeah, like it's just this week has been suspicious. This is like the exact same as like the beginning of last month. We ended up doing really well last month, but the first week was rubbish. Yeah, so again, 250 resistance on this here. ASTI, does it look like it can curl, Harmon? I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Oh, there goes Box L. Box L says, don't worry, guys. I'm the best. I'm the best. So, la 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 la. Okay, there you go. So that's a really nice push, isn't it? And then that next resistance, you can kind of tell that it's between that 260 and 270. So nice pop on Box L. But again, I think we could tell as the day progressed that Box L is the best looking one, right? At the very least, like you can see the levels, and it follows the levels nicely. Virus, are you recovering some some of the chaos today? Slowly, slowly, slowly. So we're pushing above the we'll push. So that line really should be at the 70. There we go. Box L is flying there. That's nice. Again, type yes in the chat if you're holding Box L. And XL is also trying to pop, almost like it's like, hey, I have two of the letters in the symbol. So 270 resistance on that. Good job. Yeah, just make sure you're moving your stop losses higher. Why do you always pick on wounds? They're beginning to heal. Still sore from the beating. Because then we all have the same wounds. That's why. Oh, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, again, you could see that VWAP, big problem. So now watch for that 250 for consolidation. If it doesn't hold, then there's nothing to see there. Yeah. Yes, in the chat. No, I was genuinely asking, genuinely asking. Yeah, promise. Genuinely asking, Dan. Mm, yeah, so here comes 270. We're slicing through. Candle hasn't closed yet, so it's still resistance, but trying to break through there. Again, if we look at all of these stocks, BOXL is the only one that's broken out of resistance. The only one that's broken the pre-market high. Right? So people tend to go to the one that's breaking out. Right? People tend to go to the one that's actually broken out. Do, Okay. See if we can close above the 270 or come back and retest 250. What happened with LIMN? It looks like they rejected the rubbish out of it. I don't see any news on that. Like I don't see any news at all on this because that was a pretty nasty candle. Yeah, I don't see any news at all on that. No, 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 no. It did, Frank. So the bot is saying it's halted up because it did halt up. It is halted, and it is halted up. Why? Because look at the bottom of the candle. It dropped to 1360, and then popped to $15, and then halted up. Um, yeah, and my TradingView chart doesn't show it. Shows red. No. Yeah, it's gonna show red because it happened so quickly. So yeah, BOXL is going for the for that 270 again. BOXL again, definitely looking like the best name, isn't it? See if we can actually break through that 270 and close above. See if we can break through and close above. Yeah, no, so yeah, sometimes you're gonna get that and it's gonna say halted up, but the candle is gonna be red. Um, but it's still yeah. And also keep in mind too, like we use Heikin candles with like with the algo coding on them. Um, so like they can still show up red, but it's still halted up. So sometimes it's our fault because we've messed around with the candles, but for good reason though. For good reason. CCHH, yeah, it's retesting the 200 EMA here. Good curl. Good curl. Let me take a look. So you're in ASS, you're looking for ASTI, right? Harmon. So it's at 610. It was at 85. I mean, this just like the markets is trying to bounce today. Um, yeah, sometimes stuff like this is a little bit difficult to read because it's really not in a great range, on the bigger time frame. On a smaller time frame, you're testing support, but again, to me, honestly, it doesn't seem that amazing unless we break above yesterday's high. Then maybe you have a bit more room to the upside. Alrighty. Yeah, like like if you look at this thing, like since like look since yesterday, it's been in this range, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it is trending up on a really small time frame, right? Which is fine. But then your resistance isn't that far away. So and the spread is 10 cents. So you can kind of see how like it's moving like that to test that resistance. So it needs to break out. Alrighty. So you're most likely if you're scalping this, you're most likely looking to play off the trend line, right? When it dips like that, you want to play off the trend line. Um, but again, your main resistance is coming up here soon, so it's gonna need to break out. Alrighty. Okay. So BOXL got rejected at that 270. The SMX is pushing. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that was a really nice T-Rex there for those of you that were in this. CM, did you sell that position? I think you did. Spikes, good morning. Your life changed after you switched to the candles? Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody should use those candles. Our dip is unhalted, Frank. I've been stuck in Jeff brands since 60 cents. Can you take a look? Why would you buy something that says Jeff, you know? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay, so you've been stuck in this since 60 cents and it's at 56. That's not horrible, though. It's not horrible. Yeah, it's not horrible. And this thing seems to drop news every other day and pop. So the good thing for this one is like you're really, really again like this one's a bit more. This one's difficult too because I don't trust it, but that's why it's difficult. Not because that it's not okay. Um, so you're really close to your entry price, so 56. And the support isn't that far away. So to me, honestly, if it can stay about 50 cents, you're still okay because it's done that before and then exploded up, right? And you can see like even right there with this little pop, that pop was like 60, 64, and same thing with this pop right here. So like you're really close to the bottom of the range. I think on something like this you might just have to put a stop loss. It's hard because like you're not that far away from your break even, right? So do you want to wait for 50 cents and just put a stop loss below, or do you want to just cut it, for not that big of a loss, right? BOXL is still looking like the best stock for now, even though we're getting some random pops on names like SMX and whatnot. Yeah, let me take a look at SMX. Let's see, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, you seem to be stuck in the range here though, even though it's popping up and down, Shane. Um, you're in 10 shares, small FOMO. What price did you FOMO at? You seem to be stalling here, or you just seem to be going sideways and flagging here. Right, those candles are slowly trending down, so that's a bit concerning. But you seem to just be going sideways. Um, so you're gonna need a breakout. Yeah, let me know. Let me know your FOMO. Yeah, you're in at 10. Oh, okay, okay, that's fine then. That's different, right? That's completely okay. Then just put a stop loss somewhere, Shane. Yeah, like you can tell like it's stalling and it's slowly trending down, right? But you're fine because it's still above the VWAP and the 9 EMA. So honestly, if I were you, I'd put a stop loss below $11, and then hope that it can pop. Or if you like, if it's a small gamble and you're in closer to $10, maybe the stop loss goes closer to $10. But like either way, you're fine because your entry is good, which is why I always ask for those entries because then the answer is different. Yeah. Alrighty. It's breakfast cooking. Of course, he's thinking about food, KB. What else was Dan thinking about? Box L keeps getting rejected at that 270. JZXN with a bit of a push. Looks like CCHH came back really nicely, huh? Yep. So broke above that 200 and said, "Thank you very much. I want to pop now." Again, this is why though we ignore some of these names, especially at the open, because they might dip and give you a better curl spot rather than you jumping in at the open and then you're dealing with some redness and then you sell it and then it shoots back up. So the first few minutes really really important, really important. Really really important. It looks like this one's slowly coming back to LIMN, coming back to retest that $2 level we talked about earlier. So I think this is just the same stupid scammy dip and pops, right? It actually came back to the pre-market and after hour bottoms again. So right above $1.80, and then it's popping. So LIMN continues to be a scalp, even with the sus price action. And then there goes another pop for CCHH. That resistance is going to be, the closer you get to 70 cents, the more resistance you're going to have up there, right? You can see why, right? Because we've been there quite a few times and it hasn't broken, but that's a really nice push though. Yeah, really really nice push, KB. That thing doesn't want to go away. Doesn't go away. CCHH, I think is getting close to 70 cents. Really, really close. It comes 69. And here goes BOXL. So BOXL did the right thing in terms of like a 250 retest. So breakout retest. So a perfect retest on this thing here. Right? The 270 you can tell is still a problem. It's really trying to break through that spot. But this 250 retest was good. It's just having such a hard time at 270s. Uh, Virus says, "Oh boy, oh virus, I'm just gonna leave you alone." Unbelievable. Oh boy. So yeah, so that 70 cents is acting as resistance as expected on this one. As expected. Come on, box. Stop playing games here. This really has that yesterday vibe to it. Yeah, it's been crazy, Bilal. You started the new job, right? So yeah, tell Apple to fix their the Siri and stuff like that. 270 is a tough level. So if we can break above that level and actually close above, maybe we can start cooking. Start cooking. Mm. Here we go again. 267, 268, 269. And then a little bit of selling pressure. TRX, it looks like you're trying to consolidate off 11 cents here. Keith, what's your position in this one? Yeah, it looks like it's trying to find a base above 11 cents, above the 200 EMA. You're going to need to break above that 1250 for confirmation, and then maybe a push to 1350. So it's trying to turn around here. Trying to turn around. SMX is slowly coming back, and here we are again at 270 for this one. Come on, box. You can do it. $3 is what you're looking for. Yup. Just do it. Just do $3. Box, you've heard the chat. No, 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 no. Apple the best. What do you mean? Um, I don't understand your question. Are you asking a question, BC? 267, 269. Here we go again. Just do it. 270. Damn, every time that thing taps 270, someone sells it. How do you wave at the camera? I don't know, Virus. I don't know. Come on, Bugs. I'll leave. uh, come on, Bugs. You can do it. Unbelievable. Yep. Whoever is selling at 270 needs to stop it. Stop it. No, there's really nothing wrong with selling at resistance, which I know some of you guys are doing that. Why? Because it's resistance. There's nothing wrong with you taking your gains at resistance. Right? So there is nothing wrong with that. Another test. 270. Maybe this time we can break out. Maybe this time? Maybe this time. Come on, street. That thing said, nope, not this time. Looks like FLYE is slowly coming back up as well. FLYE is actually halted up. Yep. That thing just had to cause violence on the way down, and then come back up. TIRX is still having a bit of trouble at 1250. So it's going to need to break out and push. LIMN, this thing is just a scalping beast from $1.86 to back to 216 here. So that's a really nice comeback. Again, not sure why it dropped like that, but they're almost recovering all of it back. Crazy, huh? So since yesterday, you could have been scalping this thing over and over and over and over again. Yep. Okay. This is why, though, it's really important for candles to close above the breakout spots, guys. So when people are asking, like, what is a breakout? Blah, 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 right? Well, again, a breakout only counts. And I know it's frustrating sometimes because you're waiting for the candle to close, but then the candle closes all the way up there, and then you're like, damn it, I missed the breakout. But that's just how it works, right? Sometimes if you try and catch the breakout, because I know some of you guys have limit orders or like stop or limits, which fill above the breakout, stuff like this would fail you. Stuff like that would fail you, and then it would drop back down, and it's really frustrating, right? So again, like, yeah, because if you bought that thing above 270 when the candle hadn't closed above, well, guess what? Now you're red, and you're like, but I thought it was a breakout. No, this is not a breakout, right? And this is why it's also okay to sell your stock at resistance. If you see resistance and you're like, you know what, I'm happy with the gains, I'm gonna take the monies. And it's also okay to move your stop loss up. It's also okay to give it some room and say, hey, I'm okay with it dropping a little bit as long as we stay above 250 and hope for the breakout. As long as you have a plan, that's fine. As long as you have a plan, that's okay. CCHH is still trying for that 70 cents. What's with the 70s this morning? What's with that? The good thing for BOXL is that like it's still in that range. You're still kind of trending up slowly. So it's not like it's completely dead. $262. Uh, and And there goes the crazy pop. KB, this should have been your stock for the day, you know? Yeah. Well, all that thing is recovered the whole candle. Like the entire candle has been recovered on LIMN. Shish. Yep. Like this thing just continues to give scalps and scalps and scalps. Oh, like that, pizza? That's how you wave? Oh, I just saw your message. It looks like 1250 got rejected for this one. Whoever was in that in the asking. LIMN. Yeah. There's definitely a level to it, but it's not $2. Oh, VC, yeah. uh Looks like SMX is consolidating off 1070 there, isn't it? 1070 and then popping. Shane, are you still in this one? So it looks like it's finally gained some volume. Did a good job holding 1070 though. Your next resistance is going to be $12.20 ish. Is Fly halted? On halted, yeah. You're testing that 200 EMA. Uh, That's a really nice push. We wish this thing happened at the open, you know? Quick question. What would you from opening positions, your account is under review due to unusual activity. I don't know if there's anything you can do if they're reviewing your account, Marco. I don't know if there's anything you can do, right? I mean, the only thing you can do is if you don't think you're doing anything suspicious, right? You could always move your account to a different broker. Yeah, exactly. You could always move to a new broker. But that's really it though. That's your only option. There's nothing you can do other than move and say, you know what, I don't want you guys playing with my monies anymore. Yeah, that's about it. BC, did you is that your other account? What's going on? What are you already, Marco? There's really nothing else you can do. SMX is pushing through that 1220 there. uh, okay. Yeah, it does look like it wants to. Let's see if it actually does, Pen. SMX. See if it can break or just a mini double top there. Again, BOXL failed at resistance, guys. It is completely okay for people to be taking their profits at resistance. 270 is resistance, right? There is nothing wrong with taking your profits at resistance because we really don't know if it's going to break out. Yeah. I saw the cooking. I saw the cook. Did you buy some calls this morning? Did you buy calls? Spikes, I hope you bought some calls and it cooked. Cooked. Yeah, well done. Yeah, no, the markets have done really well this morning. Yeah, hopefully they keep pumping. Keep pumping. Fridays are usually really good, good bounce days, especially when the markets are red all week. Fridays tend to be good days, a rally day. Yeah. And again, for CCHH, you can see that 70 cent resistance. That's kind of what it's struggling with for now. So if it can break out, that would be good. BOXL broke below that 250, but then it's holding that 50 EMA. So again, 270 exits would have been nice, right? So nothing wrong with that at all. And let's see if we can get a higher low again at some point. If you is over. Oh, yeah, no, BOXL is not over. Alrighty. There's taking profits at 270. Sure, yeah, that's fine, right? But there's not enough information here that would tell me that this stock is done. Not enough information there, unless something else completely takes over, right? If another stock starts to fly, maybe, but not quite yet. Here it goes, 1260, 1270 for SMX. So yeah, testing the really testing that double top. And speaking of BOXL, look at that pop. Look at that pop back to 260, right? So there's just not enough information here on BOXL that would tell me that this stock is done yet, right? If we're consistently getting lower highs and and we've always said, like, if a stock is still above the 200 EMA, we don't really count it out yet, right? So a nice little pop, but we still have issues up there. And look at that, 260. Look at that. Look at how close we are again to the top, 263. Right? So almost back to 270. So again, there's not enough information here that would tell you that the stock is done. Right? Puri Teng says but again, we still have that resistance at 270, guys, so you have to be careful up there. SMX is at $13 now, broken through 13. So this is looking nice. Very nice push. Virus, you're done for the day? Done? Bedtime? Let's see. There goes a breakthrough. A bit of a breakthrough. RVSN. That's a nice pop, isn't it? $13.60. That's a really nice break. Oof. $14. And SMX is halted up. SMX is halted up at $13.95. Sheesh. You're going for a walk and then have dinner and then bedtime? Okay. Why don't you have dinner and then go for a walk and then bedtime, Virus? So you can bring your dinner and hang out with us. Yeah. Again, that's 70 cents, right? So not really a surprise on CCHH. Yeah, and then we're testing the yep. BOXL is still at 160, guys. You can see the supplies and you can see the downtrend. So that thing has issues there that it needs to fix. But again, SMX, that was a really good break. Because I'll walk back after dinner. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Actually, yeah. Paris, yeah, that city, that looks very nice. It looks very, very nice. Next time I'm visiting Paris. Um, so Garvey says I took a position at $12. It's halted. Is 1260 a good stop? It is if you're okay with that because you're still in the green. but you're more than $1 above below the current price. So I would move that up. If you wanted to, I would definitely be moving that up. Alrighty, give yourself some more monies. Dinner. Virus is in Dubai. So uh, ah, virus sneaked in. Don't worry about him. He sneaked in the near future. Let's do it, virus. Let's do it. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's still halted. So halt a minimum 5 minutes. Carlo, say hi to my cousin there. Yeah. Mm-mm. Looks like TIRX is slowly trying to come back again. So hopefully it can break out for you above that 12. Same level, right? 1250. LIMN guys, just you're testing resistance at 230 again. So hopefully it can break out for the second time. You can clearly tell BOXL has that downtrend going there, so it does need to break out. But the thing is 10 cents from the highs, 10 cents from resistance. So it's not like BOXL is in a horrible position. You just have to make decisions, right? So it still looks okay there. And sneak in the goats. VDOG, CISS. Yeah, that was a good runner yesterday. Fly still stalling? Yeah, still stalling. Resistance. BOXL still fighting there. And then SMX. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SMX. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SMX. Good job, Miss Tony. That was a good scalp. Well done. 1289. Good job. Randy, good scalp. There goes the on hold. So 14. It's quite the candle there on that on hold. Quite the candle on the on hold. Looks good though, SMX. So 1460 at the top of that candle. Alrighty. So again, make sure you're moving those stop losses, taking those gains, whatever you need to do that. Yeah. Medium rare. I see if this thing can break through that 14 again and then just consolidate. 5 shares, Larry? Okay, sounds good. Martin. TD. TD. The one who created it all. Again, it depends where you live, right? I wish I could use Webull. I wish I could use Webull, but Webull's not the same in Canada as it is in the States. So if you lived in the States, I'd recommend Webull. I'm sure there's some other good platforms you could use though. No, it's not only for the states. It's just not the same. The Canadian version is just not the same as the US version. Is all I'm saying. So you could use Webull in Europe, in North America, all over the place. Sure, absolutely. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the other names here. Um, no, you can't. Yeah, yeah, it is China, so I'm sure that's why the stock behaves like it does too. Um, we shop. You're in at $50. We shop. This has to be one of the greatest stocks of all time, you know. Except now, yeah, this is one of those where like the levels don't quite make any sense at all, and the company makes no sense. You know, pray. Um, you this is one of those where like that 8% stop loss comes into play, right? So you have to do something like that, right? It's still at $50, right? You're still kind of break even. The spread is ridiculous. The volume is ridiculous. It's 6,000 shares, 7,000 shares, right? The average daily volume, except for the one time we played with it, the average daily volume is 17,000 shares. Like you could tell this thing is slow as a snail, right? So this is one of those where you have to just say, hey, like you have 1,000 shares of this, 1,000 shares at $50. Damn, 1,000 shares, pray. 1,000 shares. If I find you, pray, of all the stocks you could have bought, if this thing pops though, it could pop really nicely and you're gonna be happy. I'm sure that's why you did it. But at the same time though, like just be careful, please. Yeah, this is a personal decision. You just have to put a stop loss wherever you feel like you're comfortable putting a stop loss at. You can see them. That's the problem too, right? We don't get pre-IPOs. We don't get the full extended hours. Like there's a whole bunch of rubbish on there. CM. I'm sure all of this is just Canadian regulation, but yeah, this is the it is Steph. Yeah, it is. It does move crazy. Pray, okay, 100 shares, a little bit, still expensive, but a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, hopefully some volume comes in at some point. $50 might be a good gamble spot. I can see why you did it though, because it looked like it was gonna double bottom, but then it broke below. So yeah, just personal thing, just put a stop loss somewhere, please. Uh, got out with the plus 5% profit. Yeah, got stopped out with the second halt. Yeah, at least you came back though. At least you came back. At least you came back. Yeah, SMX is selling off, retesting basically. CM we can't. Right? We don't have anything in Canada that gives us pre-IPO access. Look at this beast, guys. Look at this. Like, does this stock ever die? Does this thing ever die? Crazy, huh? KBC, this should have been your stock. Super Bowl weekend. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Stops. So For SMX, let's see if we could retest. Right, so retest and stay above that 1280-ish area. Let's see if it can hold it. You might be between 1280 and like 12 and 1250 though. Uh, Seattle, you think they're gonna win it? Patriots. Let's see. In the process of setting up a yeah. Yeah, I don't, the Webull Canada hasn't given, yeah, no Canadian platforms have given us the option to, I think if someone was going to do it, it would be Questrade probably. They both lose. I'm going to delete your cat thing there. That's nasty. Okay, there we go. So a bit of a bounce for SMX, right? So we're basically just coming back to retest the 1280-ish area. So that's a good bounce. Good bounce. Halftime show loses. Who's performing at the half? Is it the Bad Bunny? That's a pretty solid retest, isn't it, for SMX? Right. So again, these are some of the things that you have to risk. Sometimes, if you're willing to come back for the retest, you have to risk those gains in hopes that it can hold and go back up, or you just take the damn money. Just take the monies. I mean, your opportunity would have been closer to that retest, though. Not here, right? KB. If you wanted to take that gamble, if you wanted, like, if you're looking, if you're not sure, which you're not sure, and you're ever gonna take a gamble, like, you want to take the gamble when it's consolidating at the retest spot, not when it's curling already into the supply zone. Because if something goes wrong, you are the first in line to get slaughtered. So 1280 would have been a lot better than 1350. Because if we struggle there and we come back down, we might flush below. But then now you're in deep doo doo, right? So box L, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely trying to hold a double bottom there. Again, box L hasn't given us enough to say that it's dead yet, right? Even though it's doing absolutely nothing, I think that's because other names are popping there, so it's taking away the volume. Absolutely not. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That is okay. I'm hoping it pops here though, right? But I'm just saying, in general, when you're gonna take that risk, you want to take that risk at a level that like, okay, we know there goes a pop. Look at that pop, right? So if you got in closer to that 1280, look at that. We'll be at 1420 now, 1440. We're going back for the highs of the day, right? 1440. So retesting the top there. So you're kind of sitting at the double top. But again, if you're going to take that risk, right, the risk should be taken down here. Why? Because we know this is resistance, we know this is the breakout, and we can see the candles holding it, not because it's retesting, but because we can look at the first candle, the second candle, the third, the fourth, the fifth is trying to bounce, or like, oh, you know what, it's trying, right? Okay, then it's worth the risk, right? But when you start to play like that, when it's already bounced up the level and it's in pushing into that supply zone, you start to ask for trouble. Mm, 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 mm. Do you have any idea? Sometimes it hit resistance and come back down, but sometimes it goes through. Yeah, there's no science to that, right? You're never gonna have the answer to that, though. I'm not even gonna try. The ways to predict that, right? There are a lot of ways to predict that, but I don't think that's something we should get into. Good job, Randy. Here we go. Are we gonna break through for SMX, guys? The answer is yes. Testing $15 now. That 1280 was a long ways away ago now, isn't it? That was a perfect retest, though, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. So sometimes I think people ask questions as in like I'm looking for an exact science. I need to know when a stock is going to break out. I need to know when it's not going to break out so I can sell, right? Again, there are ways to, you can look at level 2 data, you can look at like higher lows, you can look at how many times it's tested that level. But honestly, when you come up with rules in the market, you want to generalize those rules, right? What usually happens at resistance? Okay, you know what? I need to make a decision. If you don't want to be looking for that exact thing, because you're not going to find it, and more often than not, you're going to be disappointed, right? And you're going to make bad mistakes. So just keep the rules general. Like when I see resistance and it's stalling at resistance, I need to scale out, I need to move my stop loss up, right? You need to make decisions at resistance. So the difference here is, so look at this as a difference, right? So the difference is, let's say we get to resistance right there, right? We're at resistance and we get to resistance and it's breaking through, right? Then that's not a problem, right? But if you notice that it's stalling like box L is, and you can clearly tell, like, oh my goodness, you could tell this is resistance. Like, how many candles do we need to see to tell that that's resistance? So when you see stuff like that, you have to make decisions, right? And then there are going to be times where it just slices through, and then it's like, okay, not a problem, right? Not a problem. Yeah. Uh, Good morning, Cusp. Just stopping to say hi. I made my monies on Piho. Let's go. La 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 la. Go Seahawks. Let's go. Thank you for stopping by, Cusp, and hope you guys win the Super Bowl. And yeah, congratulations, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. How are you? How are you? Alrighty. So, for example, think about this. Like, if you were in box L, right, this is why we have to generalize these rules, right? Because we could have easily sat here and said, oh, box L is going to break out. We hope we break out. We hope, like, because we really like this name in the morning. It looked really good, right? But we can't sit here and make decisions like that, though, right? When we are at resistance, you have to sell the position, you have to scale out, or you have to move your stop loss, right? You can't sit there and hope, right? Because then eventually you get a nasty drop and then you're like, but I didn't do anything. You have to do something. You have to do something. And again, box L might end up shooting back up, but that's not the problem, though. Alrighty, that's not the problem. Yep, exactly, Jr. Good scout, Benjamin. Well done. Well done. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So let's see if we can get another higher low here for SMX. Good job, KB. Probably it is helping. Marco says, let me get went to $14. I called customer service and they said it went. Marco, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, like your call went to AI, like you wanted to sell it. Yeah, you might need to switch brokers. Guess who got an early? Ah, let's go, Eli. Let's go. Season has 2 months. 2015 as a. Did they want him back? Let's go. That's amazing, Jeff. That's amazing. Telling you, just when NFL is the question. When NFL. Sorry, NHL already. Let's go. Because we were talking about football, but yeah. Telling the the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, yeah. Do, 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 do. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, perfect. Long silver futures. Okay, it's gonna squeeze today, Iceman. Why do you think silver is gonna squeeze? Weibo cannot be used in Germany, so you cannot. Yeah. No, I think. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know, MJ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, most of the time when I say Europe, I'm usually referring to like the UK. But yeah, no, because I know those guys can. So your next support, if you're still holding BOXL, guys, is that $2.30. So see if it can stay above that level. Alrighty. Market makers have to cover the call position. Will gap up. I mean, yeah, sure. Nothing wrong with it. Tell them to cover, please. That's crazy, Jeff. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the ice rink is paying off. So back to SMX here. SMX is still giving us those higher lows, but I think we want to see a breakout. We want to see the breakouts. Let me take a look at this other one actually. D. This one has a bit of unusual volume on some of these candles here. No breakout though. The restrictions went away. Marco, interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why. Yeah, back to SMX. So SMX has done really well, hasn't it? Really, really, really well. Feel relaxed when the first one goes according to plan. Monies, monies, Tim, monies. Good job. Let's go. Can we break through $15 SMX? Everyone's cooking SMX in Discord. Cooking SMX, I like it a lot. Again, it just looks like a good chart, right? There's nothing. Just a good looking chart. P holes halted down, so good thing. When you draw the trend lines, do you use wicks or bodies? mostly wicks, right? But at the same time, um, yeah, at the same time, you want to make sure that it makes sense, right? So the sometimes where like you want to use only the wicks, but sometimes like like a wick and a body of the so what I'm trying to say is like if you're going to use the bodies, use the bodies. If you're going to use the wicks, use the wicks, right? Yeah, and just make sure you have multiple points of contact, and you should be okay. It looks like we just got rejected at the exact same spot, right? So that $15 area is going to be a bit of an issue for SMX. Caitlin, did you sell your position or you're still in it? What's your entry price, Caitlin? What's your entry price? Here we go again. 216. Caitlin, where's Steve and Caitlin and Haley? Because I think someone needs to smack you. There we go. Boom skis, boom skis, boom skis. SMX. Let's go. 1590, guys. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. $100. Here we go. $100. Here we go. It's halted up, by the way. It's halted up. Let's go. Again, Caitlin, the reason why I say someone needs to smack you, it still looks, watch that 230 there, right? The reason I say someone needs to smack you is because you knew there was resistance up there. So you either take some gains or you move your stop loss. And if you did that, Caitlin, you want to know where you'd be right now? You would be with us as we rotate to a new name because the old one isn't performing. So we find a new name. You would be with us cooking again, right? The flexibility is important. No, that, yeah, the flexibility. Because as soon as we move to something else and this one's actually performing, guess where everybody goes to? Right? Everybody starts moving to the name that's performing, right? That's the danger of holding some of these names longer is as soon as people rotate, and the volume starts to go to this one, the entire market rotates. So BOXL is still holding that 230, holding the 200 EMA. So maybe when the other one's done, people are going to rotate back to this other one, but you just never know that, you never know. So hopefully BOXL can still pop. Yeah. So you have to be flexible, right? You have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. There you go. Go. Well done. Go. Tiffany. Exactly. Exactly. So people get really excited for this. Uh, really, really excited. CCHH. Yeah. FLYE just done nothing important. And it looks like we just double topped again, right? For LIMN. So $2.50 all the way back down again, closer to $2. So we're just going back and forth on that thing there. Honestly, I think at this point, I don't know if we would mind if SMX started halting up and squeezing. I don't know if we would mind. You know what I mean, KB? I don't know if we would mind. I don't know. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SMX. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SMX. Texas, I got 5 shares at 13 just in case we had a crazy run. Yep. 8 hour stream. I mean, well, we don't have a class today. We have a class tomorrow because you guys like the Saturday class, so we'll most likely do a class tomorrow morning around the same time. But just a Q&A though, so if you have questions, you can bring those questions. Kevin, no, I'm innocent. Yes, yes, yes. Well done, guys. Martin, good jobs. Let's go, Tiffany. Sandra, criminal, criminal. Sandra, criminal. Let's go. Well done, Nancy. You know what's crazy is like. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. Not gonna say anything. No, 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 no. Um, no. So, Miss Tony, I think unless you guys want to do that today, but I think most people were like hoping we would do them on Saturday. We can still do it today. Um, but I think most people were hoping we did it on Saturday, so they would be available. Yeah. I think Rob had to like finish running, like running the update, so we could do it. But I'll send him a DM right now, though, just to confirm. Just to confirm, see what he's doing. All good either way. Yeah. No, it's just good to confirm. KV, unbelievable. How long is it halted for? So halts are usually 5 minutes, but they can be extended, right? So the more they halt, the more they extend it. So sometimes they can extend it to, yeah. So this one's 5 minutes because it's unhalted. So there goes the unhalt, guys. We're still kind of stuck at 1590 here, and there goes $16 and then a drop, right? So the first candle after the unhalt is usually very suspicious, very suspicious, very very suspicious. And you get these weird drops, and then all of a sudden we're back to the top, right? It's just really really weird. So that drop, there was the drop, and here is the pop. So we're back to the highs. We actually made brand new highs on this new candle, and 1570, 1580, 1590, $16 again. There we go. Boom skis. Boom skis. So again, just make sure you move your stop loss, guys, and you're scaling out. There really isn't any news on this. This is just retail momentum at this point. Alrighty. So make sure you have a plan for your position. I want to see that candle close above 16 because I think that's when that new volume will come in. Even though we don't have a level there, we still need to be closing above it though. Alrighty, so there we go. Brand new highs of the day, 1645, 1660. You can do it. 1680. Here comes $17, guys. There we go. $17. So high of 1724. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Jericho, have a good rest of the day as well. Have a wonderful weekend. Daily met. Okay, sounds good. Over on Friday. Okay, sounds good. Have a blessed weekend. Yep. Yeah. So 1750 is our next resistance. You can see we have these lines in here already because we've obviously played with the stock multiple times, right? And we're testing that 1750. So 17 not really a problem as we've found in the past. The closer we get to 1750 to 18 seems to be like more of the issue. Obviously, the candle hasn't closed above 17 or any of these levels, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah, exactly, Steph. Exactly. So that candle did end up closing above 17, but again, like I said, the bigger issues there's right below that, 1750. Yeah. So again, make sure you're moving those stop losses up, please. Make sure you're moving those stop losses up. And here we are again testing 1750. 1730. Hey, what's up? Hello. And rejected, right? So you can see the resistance there. So that level is going to be a bit of an issue, right? Until we can actually close above it. No, 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 no. Alrighty. If we can break above that level, then I'm sure we're looking for $20. So we shall see. Again, you notice how this thing is taking the volume away from all the other names, right? Like nothing else is moving. Box is just sleeping. That thing is taking a nap, right? So the volume from everything else has been taken away. That's the danger of sticking with the stock and then something else shows up. Is Yeah. So here we go again. 1730. Test, test, test. KV. That 1250 was such a long ways. 1280 was a long ways. Look at that. That was a beautiful retest. Beautiful retest, beautiful curl. That was your chance right there. Even the breakout wasn't bad, right? And then Gonskis. So yeah, now you're gonna need a dip at some point or a brand new breakout. Good job, Sandra. Well done. So here we go again. P hose halted up. That thing keeps halting up and down like a crackhead. Good job, A. Good scalp. So again, just be mindful that we're at resistance, so you should move the stop loss up if you're not scaling out already, because a lot of people are taking profits, right? A lot of people are taking profits. Is it funny how if you look in Discord, you can see people saying, "I'm selling at this price, I'm selling at this price," and the damn thing is stalling at that price? It's because everybody knows that's resistance and they're taking money, right? So you better scale out or you move your stop loss up, right? Either or is okay. The only thing that isn't okay is just not having a plan at all, right? It's completely okay to be in lower and say, hey, you know what? I'm okay with that thing coming back to retest 16, this or that. It's okay to do that as long as you know that that's the plan. Alrighty? As long as you know that that's the plan. Yeah, see, Tiffany sold at 1724. Rob sold at 1720. Sandra sold at 1724. Right? So a lot of people are selling, into that 1750, right? So people are selling. Guess what's gonna happen? Look at that. Brian sold from 1390 to 1736. So a lot of people are selling up there, but it also still looks okay, right? Stocks not only go up, right? Stocks go up and go down. So you have to decide, are you willing to let it come down a little bit before going back up? So that's up to you. That's crazy. Virus sent me a video for Virus sent me a video of his view from his hotel room. Dubai is like it's crazy, crazy. Some of the views in that place, wild. One of these hot trade trips, we need to go to Dubai instead. Anyways, like I said, so SMX still looks okay, right? You just have to decide what you want to do. I've said that so many times, MJ, right? I've said that so many times. Right? I've said that so many times. Right? The danger with holding a stock and not selling at resistance is when something else shows up, people shift over, right? Yeah, so people shift over to to SMX from BOXL, which that's why I roasted Caitlin earlier, right? I'm like, hey Caitlin, if you sold this already, you would be with us in SMX, right? So yeah, absolutely, I agree with you, MJ. I agree. No, that's what you're not slow. You are not slow. Tell the NQ people to stop crashing the. Tell them we want to just keep pumping up today, Dan. Pump it up. He has a very different opinion. Really, Steph? Wow. Yeah, we all from the same village. Yeah, it's always like that though. Like even if you go to LA, all the big cities you can think of, there's always the nice parts, and then there's not the not so nice part. Yeah, it's always like that. So BOXL is still holding, right? It's holding that 230, like it's holding on for dear life. Look at that, right? We know 230 supports. It's holding on for dear life. It's like, please SMX go down so I can go up. So as SMX is starting to retrace a little bit, BOXL is trying to curl. RVSN, we looked at that one yesterday, right? Because they did a split. It looks like it's slowly coming back. The candles are still pretty wild, and the volume is still pretty low. So that thing is gonna move like a crackhead. So again, Box L is fighting for its life here. Hopefully it stays above that 230. And then let's see if SMX can give us a retest and another curl. And be less distracted. You need to watch the last class we did, Caitlin. The last class we did was exactly that, right? Yeah. So you guys are like, the general classes are cool, but if you're missing out on like the Legend Pro classes, those classes are like better structured, and they have a the very specific, right? So you're missing out on a lot of stuff. So yeah, upgrade that membership to Legend Pro. I would do that and watch all of those Legend Pro videos because those videos are good. Is that algo something new in Discord? What algo? Which one? Dustin? Which one? The algo. Okay, there goes yeah, RVSN is the candles are just really really crazy, so you want to be careful with that. If you have Dubai money, live there for 2 years. It's one of the best shopping places in the world. The food is amazing. Street, yeah, yep. Most places though, if you have the monies, beautiful, different lifestyle. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, then you have a lot of homework this weekend. Don't twist my arm. You have some homework this weekend. So go to so there's a channel in Discord in the education section. It's called the Legend Pro channel. Um, you can start from the bottom, right, and start watching those classes. It should let you do it now. So start watching those classes. Alrighty. I think if you yeah, I think they should all say Legend Pro if they're a Legend Pro. You can watch those videos all the way up to November the 9th of 2025. Alrighty, so those are all Legend Pro classes. Actually, there's another one up a little bit higher, but yeah, YouTube should tell you as well which classes are Legend Pro. It will give you that that information. What is that? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it looks like SMX is giving us a bit of a curl. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, no, yeah, Caitlin. Yeah, watch those videos, and they're really gonna help you. Promise. So you can buy Haley some cookies and a new horse. So there we go with a bit of a curl, right? So there's nothing about SMX that would tell us that like the stock is dead, right? There's nothing about it that would tell us that it's dead, but sometimes you have to make that decision and say, hey, like I know we have room to the upside, but I just want to secure some monies. The next resistance for SMX is the same resistance, 17.50 and then $18. So that little 50-cent range, you notice how we're just crossing back and forth above $17. 17 doesn't seem to be a problem. Is like as soon as we start getting close to 17.50, it's like, oh, nope, nope, problems. So BOXL is still fighting for its life. So it actually popped all the way to 238 and then came back down to 230 and then it's trying to bounce again. So that 230 is really trying to hold. Trying to hold. SMX just has the juice, Just has the juice for now. Here we go. You can do it. You can do it. Do, 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 do. You can do it. Come on, SMX. Where's the volume? Mm-mm-mm. Uh, you can get jailed. Really? That's good. That's good. Why are you in jail? Because I was, with somebody else that isn't my wife or my husband. Send them to jail. I lived there for 11 years. It's perfect. Wow. Bilal, very cool. Very, very cool. So look at that. We got rejected of the same resistance, right? So SMX has some problems at that 1750. Good job, Shane. That's a nice little scalp, isn't it? So again, we got rejected from the top, right? We know it's resistance. That's not a problem. That is not a problem. So again, watch that $15 area because that's the actual retest. Funny enough, we always come back for the retest. Isn't that funny, guys? So wait for that consolidation. You can blame KB for this retest, by the way, because she wanted that thing to come back down and retest. My cousin lives in Qatar, and he said same as being safe. Yeah. Yep. Let's go, Villa. Are you excited? Yeah, I know you are for sure. I will play with if it can cross resistance. Yep, it failed to for now. So now what we need is consolidation again of this retest spot. Alrighty. See, we wanted to look at this one earlier because it has some unusual volume, but it definitely needs a bit more volume than yeah. Needs a bit more volume. So if it can break out, that would be good. Do, do, do. Ready? So we'll keep an eye on it. So again, for SMX, we need to consolidate because those candles are massive red candles. So you really need that consolidation, right? $15 is the spot, and it's kind of holding it for now. But those candles are still massive, so depends if you want to take that risk or not. If you want to take the risk or not. Yeah, no, Dubai does seem like one of those places though where like you have to visit, one time or something like that, just to see for yourself. You see for yourself. So it looks like we are holding that $15 area. Trying. Mm, some of those candles are very interesting, actually. So yeah, that 1480. As long as those candles stay above that 1480, I'm okay with it. Come on, SMX. How much testing do you want to do? That thing's like, I want to do all the testing in the world. All the testing in the world I want to do. There we go, 1540. You could tell it's still all over the place. All over the place still. Choo. It's fighting though, isn't it? There we go, 1550. 1560. Yeah, I like that these some of these candles. That's the downside to playing with these more expensive stocks. Not expensive, just the stocks in the teens is sometimes the like the price action will be a little bit crazier. So again, a little bounce off the retest zone for now. Good job, YW, which is kind of what we hope for. We expect more hope than expectation, you know. So again, 1480, $15, and a nice 50-cent bounce. Oh my goodness, KB. Okay, so now we're testing the 9 EMA. So this level is going to either be rejection or it's going to break through. It's going to be rejection or breakthrough. 1560, 1565, 1570. That was a perfect retest, wasn't it? 1580. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. 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 $16. Oh my days, guys. There we go. Look at that beautiful bounce, guys. If you bought the dip around $15, type yes in the chat. If you bought the dip, type yes in the chat. That was a nice bounce. Be careful at 15. Be careful here, though, please. You're testing a downtrend line. Alrighty? Be careful up here. So we knew what that retest level was, right? We want to be careful up here now. 16 to 1620 is where that downtrend line is going to be sitting at. So maybe some quick scalpies. And I better not be wrong. Well, yeah. So you're getting rejection from the downtrend, right? So right there, rejection. So now we need some higher lows or another push. Spike says out and done for the day. $1,000 in profits, $5,000 for the week. Come on now, Spikes. It's yeah, it's funny. Not too long ago, I worked 70 hours a week building someone else's dream and didn't make that much in a month. Thank you, Blaze. Thank you, the whole Hot Trades fam. That is amazing, Spikes. Come on now. See, this is the type of this is what we need. This is what we need. Spikes, come on, give me a high five. Again, congratulations. Love this. That is amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. Again, this is why we do what we do, you know? This is why we do what we do. Yeah. Let's go. I'm just there we go. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Tiny gain, Miss Tony. Yeah, it's not bad though. Not bad. JR, that's a good point. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, JR, thank you. So we need to clear that downtrend line. So again, the $15 area was nice. We need to start breaking out of this, downtrend that we're creating, though, right? I want to be like spikes. Yep, exactly. Tiny, tiny adds up over time. Exactly. It really does. Really, really does. And again, we can honestly sit here and say, oh, but like we want to see this thing, we got in at $15. We want to see this thing go back to 17, 18. That's fine. But sometimes when you see resistance and a downtrend, you just say, you know what, give me $1. I'll take $1. Right. So yeah, Box L is still fighting for its life here. Like, look at the scamminess going on and in that range. Look at that candle. And then the candle ended up coming back to 230. Look at the scamminess going on here. So someone's playing some games here. Maybe that's a good thing. When you see games like that, that might be a good thing. When you see games like that, it's like, okay, the fact that someone dropped it like that only to bring it back to the same range, does that mean that they are hitting stop losses? Anyways, love it. Anyway, so I mean, the two main stocks we've been looking at so far today, Box L and SMX, right? So they both still look fine to me, right? Box L is still holding the 200 EMA, so that means to me it's not dead yet, and SMX still fighting for the downtrend break. So here we go again. Here we go again. 1580. You can do it. Yep. Uh set up your candles up right. Carefully pick your entry. Use stop losses. Don't break the rules. Love it, Spikes. Love it, love it. I'm very happy for you, Spikes. Very, very happy. Amazing. I'm very, very happy for you. And yeah, well done. Amazing, amazing. Again, I keep telling you guys, like, I don't know anybody in trading. That's why sometimes I'm very annoyed when people send me DMs and say, oh, like this and this and this. I'm like, you've been trading for a month. Like, don't send me a DM, please. Because like I understand the pain that I've been through. I understand the pain that a lot of people have been through, and it requires work. It requires a lot of work. So when you send me a DM a month into your trading, and I'm like, hey, are you watching these videos? Are you asking questions? What are you struggling with? And you're like, oh, I was too busy last week and I couldn't join the class. And then you send me a DM. Your DM is more annoying than anything else already. Because yeah, but you should still ask those questions though. Right? But I also want you to put in the work because I know it's not easy. Right? It's not easy. So to just want to see if I made a bad call or just cut the knife. I guess there is no real way to predict that SMX would have crashed to the $15 when it was at 1680. Yes, there is. 1680. Yes, there is. Why? Because you add resistance. Every time you add resistance, the expectation is that it's gonna come back for the retest, right? The retest is why we were watching that level of 15-ish, right? Because that was the breakout spot. And now you can see this downtrend, right? It's created a downtrend and it's just tracking it down now. So when you're hitting that resistance, the expectation is that. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. You learn real quick. Yeah. What's two for Forex? Uh why are you trading Forex? Still gonna occasionally exactly, Dan. Exactly. Exactly. So I'd rather you ask those questions, than not ask. But sometimes people don't put in any effort at all and they just want that solution, like, hey, tell me this and this and this. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So yep, that's what I was about to say, Spikes. Uh, good, good. So SMX is playing in that range. So 15 is holding, but the downtrend is also acting as resistance, so it needs to break out. BOXL at this point just needs Jesus. This thing needs to be saved by the Holy Spirit, because whoever is holding it back is trading will have you feeling bipolar, and yep, exactly, part of a real challenge. Exactly, it really is. Having a plan and sticking to it, two different things, huh? True, 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 true. Yes, yes. Eventually, yeah. Yep. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Details. Yeah, okay. You can do it. Give us the breakout. We're supposed to get a this weekend. That's cold. Horses need some maintenance before. Yeah. Sounds good. Have a wonderful weekend, Caitlin. And see you next week, or maybe for the class tomorrow. Bye bye. Uh, Felix, I'll take a look in a second. I'll put it up so I don't forget. Room for. No, 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 no. Wings? Probably. You probably should just and learn, right? Street? Yep, exactly. Yup, spikes. That's such a big thing, Like this is so big, and I don't think a lot of people don't get comfortable with this, and it costs them a lot of money, right? Get comfortable with being wrong. You'll catch it quicker. The more it happens, you'll cut it faster. Learning to lose is powerful. It really is. It really, really is. Right? It really, really is. You have to be comfortable with like being wrong. Um, You have to be. Yeah, I'm gonna post that in. Yep. You really have to be. You really have to be comfortable with losing. And yeah, the reason why that's so important is because as soon as you get comfortable with losing, you know what happens? You now start to, like Spike said, you now start to find ways to minimize that loss, right? Whether that's now, okay, you know what, we need to, we're okay with losing, but I don't want to lose this much because I'm going to put my stop loss right here, right? Okay, I need to improve my entry, right? At least you're thinking about the downside, because most people don't even think about the downside. And that's how they end up losing a lot of money, right? You have to get comfortable with losing money in the markets. Get comfortable with losing. Wings, yep. Um, yeah, wings. Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to upgrade. And something I learned is trading is a reflection of your behavior and psychology more often than not. It really is. Yep. 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 It really, really is. It really is. That's why you can teach a strategy to two different people and they receive it differently. And one person can take it and start making money, and somebody else can still struggle. You know what I mean? So um like I've had one-on-ones. I've had one-on-ones with like, let's say, two different people. There's some people in this community that I've had one-on-one with, just one. And like it's been months, and they're on fire, like just not stoppable. But and then there are people that, like, you need to, you just need constant reminders, like, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do this. Some people are like, you know what, I just need this once, right? So like, people are just different. No, 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 no. Yep, exactly, Specs. Dan, unbelievable, unbelievable. Unbelievable is all I have to say. Yes. Do, 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 do. Sounds good. Spikes, enjoy the rest of the day. This is why you do what you do, right? So you can enjoy the rest of the day. Much love, and have a wonderful rest of the day. So it looks like SMX is still fighting here to hold that $15, isn't it? Fighting, fighting, fighting. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, 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 no. Making hundreds of millions of dollars in a day, a week, without sticking to a plan and do what else. Yep, exactly. Steph. Yep, exactly. Like, we've said this multiple times. Like, you're on this journey on your own, right? Because the demons that you have, and not everybody has the same demons. So you have to fight those demons on your own, but with the help of a community, with the help of the right education, the help of the right tools. So again, like, if you're watching this stream today, right, which is why I think, community is really important, right? We've really only focused on two stocks as the day progressed, right? SMX and BOXL. And for the most part, honestly, like, we did well on BOXL, right? BOXL was good at the open, and then we switched over to SMX, and SMX did really well, right? Did really, really well. So, out of the thousands of stocks we could be watching, we're watching, for the most part, the two right ones, right? Why is my mom calling me? I don't get messages. I don't get messages. I have my messages on mute. Yeah. What do you want? What do you think I'm doing at 9:30 on a Friday morning? What do you think I'm doing? We can go later. Uh, uh, not anytime soon. Like, maybe in noon or something, or 1 o'clock or something like that. Okay, bye. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Uh, You ask your mom what do you want? Yes. Yes, yes. I do. The first month and lose it all the second. Belen? Yeah. You can train your psychology. It takes reps. You cannot actually control your risk until you set the stop loss very close to your entry, which will hit. No, 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 no. I don't do stop losses. I do mental. Mm, I don't agree with that. Like I agree with the rest of that, right? The training. I don't agree with like the mental stop loss though. Especially initially, MJ. The reason I don't agree with that is because honestly, most people don't have the control to take a loss, a mental stop loss. 90% of people don't have that control, right? The more you do it by practice, like when you can practice by actually setting it and you can kind of see the outcome, then yes, you can eventually get there. But initially, most people just don't like what people do most of the time. They're like, okay, I'm gonna have my mental stop loss here, and then as soon as we break below that level, they're like, oh, you know what, this is too much now. I can't take this loss. It's one thing for you to set it without seeing the loss. It's another thing for you to see that $100 loss and like, you think I'm gonna take $100 loss? You think I'm gonna take $100 loss? You have another thing coming, right? That's how most people feel. Mario? No, no, no. So I'm just saying in general, the MJ for you, yeah, that's okay, right? Just in general, for most people, the self control isn't quite there until practice, practice. They can do the mental stop loss, Tiffany. Exactly. Exactly. Yang, no. Yeah. Yes, yes. Do, do, do. Yeah, no. I asked my mom what does she want because she's just as rude to me. I told you guys, right? I broke my finger. I literally broke my finger. And then she's like, "Yep, that's what you get." She's like, "You look for trouble, you find trouble." So yes, I can tell her what does she want on a Friday morning at 9:30 when she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you think I'm doing? Huh? What do you think I'm doing at 9:30? You think I don't have work to do? Huh?" Absolutely, SB. Absolutely, yes. Try mental stop loss on futures. Trump tweets, and before you can manually close it, you're negative. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. Like it's not. Yeah, Yang, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Mental first mental stop loss is the first red candle. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do, 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 do. So back in the day, I yeah. Have you do you trade for your mom? Back in the day, I got my mom to so she bought some XRP, right? She bought some XRP. I'm like, okay, just forget about it. Like, don't worry about it. Blah 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 blah. And this was like XRP at 30 cents or less, right? And then XRP ran to like $2, $3. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. She's like, I don't remember the password. I'm like, okay, that's fine. What about the email? I don't remember the email. I'm like, do you remember anything? Unbelievable. Anyways, let's go, Spikes. Come on. One last thing before I go. Let's go, Spikes. Come on. Some weekend giveaways. Spikes love it. Thank you very much. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, take advantage of the free gifted memberships, guys. Without a parachute, we can't be friends. Yeah, yeah. No, you those stop losses are important, and I think the reason why it's important to have those stop losses though is because yeah the reason why that's important is because like if it hits, you're most likely kind of trying to figure out a better way to look for entries, or you just don't have good stop losses. I think there's a science to stop losses. There really is. Sometimes it's frustrating, but I think there's a science to stop losses. So you just have to figure it out. CM said that I had two one-on-ones when goats first started. The plans and the methods from Blaze are solid. Anytime I lose, it's because of my demons. Yep. CM. Yep. Exactly. So those one-on-ones are really really important. It's nice to kind of sit down, and see what you've been doing and come up with a strategy. Really really important, right? So yeah, if you need some one-on-ones, sign up for the gold VIP level. Alrighty, I'm not quite sure if how many spots are available on that, but anyways, um yep. No, absolutely, Angel. A great entry is better than a good stop loss. You yeah, exactly, yeah. They both kind of go hand in hand too, right? If your entries constantly suck, you're gonna realize that because your stop loss is always hitting, but at least you're getting saved, and then you can work on the entries. So they go hand in hand. Yep, exactly, Vena. Yep, yeah, entries. Yep, exactly. I agree with that. I mean, SMX is fighting here, fighting for its life. It just feels like it's lost the volume. I think that's the only concern now. Is the is just the lack of volume now is the concern with this one. Yep. Mm, morning. Okay, so Rob has the update already. Just wondering if he wants to run that update now or during the class. Uh, okay, maybe we'll run that update tonight, and then do the class tomorrow morning. It's questionable at times. Good news comes out and the stock dumps and then goes to the yeah JR exactly, right? Which is why we always say like strategy is better than waiting for news, right? Again, like $15 is still holding really well for this thing. Mm, yeah. Uh, recipe channel. Okay, let me take a look. Recipe. What did Raven make? Portobello mushroom onion egg bacon breakfast burrito? Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh my days. That sounds amazing, Raven. Unbelievable. That sounds amazing. Unbelievable. Sheesh. Ah, it's just gonna be a bad trade. Wings, yeah, yeah, yeah. The times you're gonna be in a position that's supposed to work and it just doesn't work, honestly, and it's nothing personal. It's just a rubbish trade, you know. Marwan, Lebanon. Lebanon is where you're from. Oh, very cool. Hello, hello. Yeah. See, this is the problem with SMX, right? It's just lost the volume. I know, right, Jr. Between Dan and Raven, we need a recipe. We need a cooking show. BOXL came all the way down to that next level and then bounced. So MJ, you can blame MJ for this. MJ killed it. Yeah, a little bounce there, but so it looks like we're losing a lot of volume here. Maybe everybody's going for lunch thanks to Raven. Regan, you could see what it's doing, right? Super weak and super downtrendy. So super super weak then. Just no volume. Is it done? I don't know if it's even started. MZ, it hasn't broken out, right? So like it hasn't even started. The party starts when it breaks out. So if it doesn't break out, there's no party here. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. uh Greg, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Iguana. Yeah, we tried playing with the we tried yeah, so B triple U. This is one of those like crazy crackhead stocks. We were looking for this thing to break above 21 last time, it just couldn't do it, right? Again, the volume is super low. It's 26,000 shares. So this is one of those where like it's a one share YOLO or really tight yeah. Let's go lock and rock. Welcome to the community. Let me get you an invite here. Let me get you an invite. Okay, there we go. So Locke, welcome to the community. This is your invite link at the bottom of the chat there from the Hot Trades account. So click the link and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Alrighty. And over the weekend, try and study. Watch some of those educational videos. Go to the Legend Pro channel and watch those videos, please. Just a reminder, if you're ever trying to watch a video and it says sometimes it's going to say it's for legend pros, and if you're not a legend pro, obviously you can't watch it. But in general, if you're trying to watch a video and it says you're not a member, it's because you're trying to click the play button in Discord. Click the link instead, so it takes you to YouTube, or just go to YouTube and watch the video there. They're all under the member only section. So yeah, if you just click the play button in Discord, it's going to say you're not a member. So you have to either click the link or just go to YouTube's. Uh, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Please and thank you. Take a second, smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. Come join us. Anyways, yeah, SMX is showing a lot of weakness there. Box L kind of feels like everything has lost the vibes now. So we'll see. LIMN with a little bounce, but still failing at the VWAP there. So nothing overly crazy. Nothing crazy. Uh, are your eyes deceiving you? It has a 52, yeah, $10,000. Yes, it's gonna say that, but it's not actually the number. It's because they've done a split. I think the 52-week high is like 100 and maybe $500, something like that, something crazy, but not $10,000. It's because they did a split, so then it multiplied the 52-week range. Yeah, Charles, what's your position in LASE? It's been a long time since we looked at that one. What's your position? I'll take a look. What's your position? What's your actual question? Look at this crazy thing, guys. B triple U. Look at that crackhead stock. Sheesh. Damn. Again, this is the type of stuff though, like you there's no telling what it can do. There's you just have to be willing to yeah, to do something crazy. You see that supply zone though, be careful. In but it keeps falling from the highs. If it's falling, Charles, maybe that's all you need to know. You know? Let me take a look. We looked at this thing in the past. It's had some nice runs in the past. Yeah. You're most likely looking at this as a scalp. I mean, you probably have, yeah, there's a reason why this demand zone is there. That's because you have some support around 98, 99 cents a dollar. So if this is something that's probably why it's bouncing off that level because of that support, right? So if you're interested in this as a swing play or something else, closer to a dollar, if it breaks below that 98 though, you might have bigger problems already. So um, yeah, maybe look for something like that. SMX retesting that 15 like they always do. Is it halted down now? Yeah, it's halted down. Stuff like this is just not readable. Just not readable. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Yeah, I was looking at my trade activity for today, and then I saw $500 dividends. I'm like, wait, where'd that come from? Where did that come from? It came from this beauty from this one from JPQ. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, sometimes when you have too much cash in your account, like some of the cash just goes to um, just to sit in a dividend play, something like that. That was a nice dividend. Yeah. So for those of you interested in some of the dividend plays, you could always look at something like this. Alrighty, you could always look at a JAPQ. I know some of you guys hold this one because we've talked about it quite a lot in the past. Quite a lot in the past. Yeah. TLF 75-cent dividend. Sounds like a good dividend. TLF. Uh, this is not the right one, is it? Better not be. If this stock is $3 and they're giving you 75-cent dividends, we know where they're getting that money from. So this is not the right one. Really? How come it says dividend yield 0%? Really? Um, that seems oh, I see. Uh, will pay cash dividend of 75 cents per share. The dividend is payable February 24th to stockholders of record February 9th. The leather, la 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 la. New office distribution center summer. We're opening. La 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 la. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this is a one-time dividend then. It's not a monthly thing. It's a one-time thing. So I would say this is buy the hype, sell the news. Buy the hype, sell the news. Right? It's popping because of that news, which is nice. But that money has to come from somewhere though, and it usually comes from the stock. Yeah. So this is buy the hype, sell the news. Run into the dividend. As soon as you get past that date, people are like, nope, that's it. It's not a monthly thing. Even if it's yeah, it's not a monthly thing. That's the problem, right? If this was a monthly thing, maybe it could hang, but it's a one-time thing. So as soon as you get past that thing, they're gonna slap this thing to the abyss, unless the company is really turned around. Which I don't know how a set $3 stock can be paying a 75-cent dividend. Hmm. Anyways, yeah, virus says that's gay. So 75 cents for every share. Like it doesn't sound bad. If you have a lot of shares, virus, you get a nice dividend. The problem though is like the damn stocks, like as you get to the ninth, the very last day, they somehow end up crashing the stock. So then you're like, okay, what the hell? Yeah. Anyways, yep. Yeah, no. So when I say yeah, JPQ is a monthly dividend thing. I think Luna sent something in the chat. Luna said, what did Luna say? Maybe Luna didn't say anything. Oh yeah, she did. Guess who has that? Oh yeah. There you go. Yes. Divis. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, 1 second. So almost back to $16 in SMX here. Nice bounce. Very nice bounce. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that 16-16-20 was the last resistance too. So see if we can break out of there. Under the no. Yeah, that's a little bounce. They also just dropped news, so nothing overly crazy though, but kind of helping the stock SMX. To 17 and back to 12, while halted twice for 16 minutes. Yep, those stocks are crazy, crazy, crazy. That is a nice little pop on SMX. A nice little pop. SMCI. It's been a long time since we heard about SMC. SMCI was once, a big stock until they messed around and found out. Virus, what's for dinner? Where are you going for dinner? Somewhere nice, or you're just having dinner in your hotel? Mm. Um, Log, I like, yeah. I've never traded forex, so I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to tell you which sites to use. Yeah, I've never traded forex. I don't know if any of you guys have. I wouldn't know. No, 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 no. Good job, Miss Tony. Well done. I like that. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, Larry, have a wonderful weekend. Go Seahawks. Sounds good. Have a good weekend. See you next week. That's a nice little push down this one now. SMX. SMX says, "Come on now, let me push more, please." Oh, SMX is dropping news. That's why they're actively pumping the stock. Like the company actually is. The company is actually pumping the stock. This is the second drop they've done now in the last few minutes. So SMX says, SMX extends its capital runway to 2028. Agreement to increase to 250 million. So that was the same filing. They just dropped it as a headline now. Yep. So they're dropping headlines on headlines. These guys are criminals, and the stock just popped to the highs of the day. They did that last time they had a huge run. You could tell they're quite aware of what's going on, Tiffany. They're like, come on now, come on, drop it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't mind though. Keep dropping the news. Drop another one. It's all the same stupid headline, isn't it? But at least they have cash to 2028. That's always a good thing for a company, to know that a company has cash to 2028. It doesn't mean they're not going to drop an offering on you because they're very fishy. But Yep. So now you have a triple top on SMX. Been in 1,000 shares since $9. Are you still in there? Let's go, Alex. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for? You must have a price target then or something. Yeah. That's what they're saying, that they have they're getting a capital commitment till 2028, something like that. So that's what they're saying. Doesn't mean you can't still play the charts though. Still a triple top. Uh, Look, it's just sitting at that resistance, isn't it? Just chilling there. Is it gonna break out? Is it gonna break out? I think needs Mr. Market Maker to help it out. But yeah, just be aware, right? So that's 17.50 to $18 we talked about earlier. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see. Just holding to see using all profits to trade from last week. Okay, sounds good. Is the only daily mover. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, for now, yeah. But you can see that resistance though, right? So we do need to break out of there if it wants to push even more. Right. So this level is going to be very, very, very important. Very, very important. So just be careful up there. Tomorrow, I'm still waiting for Rob. I'm still waiting for Rob to tell me. But he's saying tomorrow for sure. So I'll send out, or he will send out a notification, an announcement later. Uh, Frank, I'll let him know though. Don't worry, I always yell at Rob for not letting us know on time. But yeah, Rob, are you in the chat? I think Rob might actually be in the chat. Where's Rob? I made my weekly goal, only trading 3 days this week after to the nail salon. Let's go, Tiffany. Well done. High five. Enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend, treat yourself. Love it. Enjoy. Frank, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Uh Okay, there we go. Have a great weekend, Tiffany. Enjoy, JR. Enjoy, enjoy. Have a good weekend. It is a bit slow now, isn't it? Right. Even though SMX still looks nice, like this still looks nice. It looks like we're gonna break out at some point. Still super slow. A lot of these other names are just way too slow. 26. Choo, 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 choo. Hmm. 2. Come on, give us another breakout. Any plans for the weekend, guys? What are you guys doing for the weekend? Any weekend plans? But both are fully okay. 11:30. Slaving at the salt mine, Rod. I know. Yeah. Your hair. It takes the whole weekend, Vena. Yes, 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 yes. Kid party, then Super Bowl party, Steph. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Not gonna watch a halftime show. Super Bowl. Yeah. Yes, yes. Do I like Bad Bunny? I don't really listen to Bad Bunny. I I don't know very much about Bad Bunny. Oh, Kid Rock Party. Hmm. Very cool. Very, very cool. Mm, 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 mm. You are, Sunny? Do Canadians celebrate the Super Bowl like a national holiday? No. Yeah, no. Is it flying? It's trying to. That thing never seems to go away, does it? Missy, like it's just constant scalps. You just have to make sure you don't FOMO at the top. You know, when it finds a bottom, it usually uses that bottom over and over and over again. So not flying, but it's doing okay. Doing okay. Mm, okay. You keep missing the scalps. Pay attention to the bottoms, Missy. You can see the bottom right there, right? This was the last bottom, is the same bottom. Set an alert maybe. Set alert for the bottoms, right? You can set a price alert. Canadians have a national day of apology where they say sorry about everything. That's every day, Dan. That's every day. If I had listened to Bad Bunny before the awards, never listen to him ever again. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't know very much about Bad Bunny. Mm-mm-mm. I listen to stream beats. That's all day long. Yeah. I was listening to some Lil Wayne yesterday going to the gym though. Some Lil Wayne. Some old songs. Mm-mm. Yep, it still looks good. It just needs to break out. I think we're in that phase where like nobody wants to buy the damn thing below resistance, but if it does, then people FOMO. So it needs to break out. So yeah. Mm. $17 again. There we go. Slowly breaking through. So you're looking like a little mini cup and handle. Little mini cup and handle. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? 1750 to 18 is that resistance though. Let's go. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yep. Look at that. That's really nice. Colonel. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like I said yesterday and today, right? LIMN. You could be scalping this thing multiple times, over and over and over again. Very predictable. This one. Good job, Chris. I like that. Mm, yeah, that was a really good push. Really, really good push on this one. Really, Marco? Mark, really? Why? What did Bad Bunny do? What happened? What happened? Okay. Yeah, it's because Angel. It's because it's had some like pretty impressive runs in the past, right? Like it had a crazy run, like a three below $3 a dollar run to $500 type run. So it's gonna gain a lot of yeah, it's gonna gain a lot of attention. SEFX. What's your question for SAFX? But I could be, yeah, something like that, Steph. So we could always zoom out and find out, but I don't think we really care, you know? Right now, what we care about is that thing breaking out of this stupid resistance, you know? That's what we care about. Yeah, it's trying to. It's really, really close. Good job, Megan. Good scalp. Well done. Like that. Here we go. 1740 and another rejection. Boiling. We need it to, to overflow to the upside, obviously. LIMN is still slowly creeping up here, 1 penny at a time. I'm really impressed how well this stock has done. Like if we go back to look at this, yesterday this was the same thing, right? We kept saying the same thing. Like look at this. Every time this thing tested the 200 EMA, it bounced, and it just kept doing that all day long, all day, all day, all day. The white line is what I'm referring to, and then exploded, right? And then did it again at the end of the day, and then popped, and then did it again after hours, and then popped. Like the 200 EMA was such a beauty for this stock. And then once we broke below, then you're in trouble, right? But then today, same thing. Like it's, same support, same bounces, same beauty. Yeah, all week CM. Yeah, beautiful. So scalp, scalp, scalp. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. All week. Look at that. Beautiful. It's actually testing the top of the range now. What a gem. That's a beautiful. Look at that. That's so when people say W, that's what a W looks like, you know? Do, 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 do. Okay. 228. Beautiful scalp. It's a good exit. Very, very good exit. A very, very good exit. Mm, 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 mm. CM has been a criminal. Just cooking. I like it, CM. Well done. You could tell SMX really wants to go. uh, it really wants to pop. It's like, please, can I go? Please, please. But the resistance is right there. Right there. It's like, nope, you shall not pass. It's like, but please. I know, right, Steph? Where's the market maker? Come on now. Tammy says, you made me rich today. What did you buy, Tammy? What did you get into? You're very welcome. What did you buy? What did you get? SMX, good job. Well done. High five. Let's go. Well done. Congratulations. No, you made yourself rich. We could talk about these things, but it takes like your conviction, it takes your willingness to take a risk and have a plan, right? So good job. Amazing. Come join us in Discord, Tammy. Click the link, come join us in Discord. Yeah. Now I need to join. Yeah. Click the link, come join us. Click this link at the bottom. Just don't sign up for any of the levels that say sold out. So sign up for one of the legend or something levels. Love it. Mm-mm. Yeah, again, and honestly, SMX hasn't done anything crazy today, but the run was nice, wasn't it? Right? That initial run was nice. This is why I always tell people, like, we kind of, some of you guys were talking about this first half of the run, right? But we kind of missed this first half of the run, right? Like, because it was flying already, so that was quite dangerous. But again, I always tell people, like, just because the stock is pumping, if it's a good stock, it's going to give you another chance, right? The dip right there, and then the curl, the double bottom curl, and or the breakout and the retest, that was nice because then you got it, like, look at that. This second run almost is a replica of these other runs, isn't it? Right? So you never really miss out on. Look at that. Even this run was nice. So if it's a good stock, like, you will always get that opportunity. As LIMN is breaking through there, so looks like that next little resistance, 10 cents higher, right? Or maybe to 350. Nice little push. Since you're not going to thrust, we need SMX about $20 and then we can thrust. Come on, Raven, make it happen. Is your wife home? She probably is because you made two of those burritos. Otherwise, she would have cooked you. La, 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 la. Uh, okay, fine. Fine. Unbelievable. About thrusting, it's because you you hurt your little finger. I mean, I couldn't thrust with my broken finger, but now I can. We just need something to thrust about, Dan. We need some boom skis. SMX is gonna give us that boom skis. This breakout halt. And then we'll, there we go. See, there we go. There we go. Just break out and halt. As soon as we said it, it said, "Yup, here we go." Oh, that was a scam. That was a scam. That thing said, "Nope, hold your horses. Hold your horses." uh, yeah, if you want to join us in Discord, Tammy, click this link right there from Nightbot, or click the dollar sign, and then click on join. Just make sure it's one of the levels that don't say sold out. They scammed us. uh, you're a big disappointment. Ah, damn, Dan. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ah, wow. In your opinion, do you think ESKO can reach $11? You got in a nine. Let's take a look. ESKO. Why does that not seem like a stock? ESKO. Maybe a different stock, Eddie. Roast him. Ah, he needs it. Is this why we want to let the candle close before playing the breakouts? That is exactly why. That is exactly why when we play with breakouts, we let the candle close. Because if it doesn't close, it's not a breakout. It's a scam. The stock still looks good, like it's going to break out, right? Going to break out. And maybe this candle is going to do it. So I think the fact that we're getting those higher lows and they're scamming it like that tells you that, they want to do it, right? You could tell they want to do it. They're just teasing us. Just teasing us. EKSO. Okay, I'll take a look in a second. Yeah, EKSO. So do I think it can get to $11? Is your question? Yes. You're really close, Eddie. You're really, really close. I think your main focus for now should be just moving that stop loss and seeing if it actually gets there. But yeah, it's lacking volume. It's 100,000 shares. Like, it's really low volume. That's interesting. The average volume is 4 million today. It's 100,000. Like, the volume is really low. So I think you should focus on moving your stop loss up. You're nice and green, Eddie. Well done. Good. Uh, but yeah, like, there's nothing stopping it from getting to $11. That's your next potential target. That's your next resistance. Damn, this thing is really struggling with that 11. So 17.50 to $18 is the level we keep talking about, right? Just playing with us. Just playing with us. Like, every candle's like up and then back down and then up and then back down. Austin, you don't have a stop loss. If you have 5,000 shares in a stock like that, you have to have a stop loss, right? Please, 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 please. Especially when you're breaking below the 200 EMA, like, you know better, right? We talk about how important the 200 EMA is, right? If you sold that thing when we were closing below the 200 EMA, that's 227. First major mess up, yeah, right? Like, that discipline is really, really important. Okay. SMX really wants to break out so we can thrust. Break and halt and see, that's it. That's all we're asking for, Raven. Break out, halt, then we have all the time to thrust. Yeah, really important, especially when you have a big position like that, Austin. Put that stop loss, please. Alrighty, please use those stop losses. Hmm. Out of the downtrend. Okay. Good, good. It seems like a really simple thing, doesn't it? Like it seems like a really, really simple thing, but it's really, really important. So that's why we don't mind reminding and reminding and reminding. I know, right? Where's the market maker today? The market maker is coming. Don't worry. Come on, Mr. Market Maker, pump it. Again, guys, put those stop losses in just in case it doesn't break out. You don't end up holding a nice bag. I mean, no one should be buying at this price anyways. Most of you are most likely in lower, right? So yeah, it wants to break out. It just has to actually do it and stop pretending to slack. Here we go again, 1750. Mm. Let's see, what is that? La 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 la. Okay. So another little rejection there, but we're still sitting right below that level. Right below. Mhm. Here we go. 1790. Is it gonna break out, guys? Well, the answer is yes. We said it's going to break out, right? Did we say it was gonna break out? We said yes, it was going to break out. Is the market maker in the chat? Yeah, the market maker is in the chat. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Can we get a halt so we could thrust? Come on. Make sure you keep moving those stop losses up, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Tammy, I said sign up for anything, not the sold out level, anything else, just not the levels that say sold out. Just not the levels that say sold out. Do not buy. Sold out. Tammy, you are so lucky that let's roast Tammy. You're so lucky. You're so lucky that we're about to do something else. So lucky. Come on, party people. You guys know what's going on. It's Friday. We're cooking, even though the market kind of sucks. We're still cooking. So it's time for you to get loose. You can't just make money and not celebrate. The stock is pumping. We're making money. So let's celebrate. To the window, to the wall, and thrust. Come on. To the window, to the wall, and thrust. Skr, skr. When Lambo to the sun at night. And what? And thrust. Come on. When I say and what, you say and thrust. Come on. And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. Go, 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 go. And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. Make money, get naked, and what? Let the sweat drip, drip, drop, drip, drop. Go, 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 go. Let the beat, drop, drop, drop. Come on, to the window, to the wall, and thrust. When Lambo, and what? And thrust. Go, 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 go. And what? Come on. I don't really care what you're doing right now. It's Friday. We're celebrating. Why? Because we're making monies. Put those hands up to the sky. I want to see you moving those hands up. Come on. And what? Let's go. Love it. Thank you, Spider Man. Okay, let's pretend we haven't just done that. Okay. Thank you, Spider Man. You can you can stop. Anyways, now my day is complete. Let's go, Raven. See, that's all we needed. We just needed the stock to go boom skis. That's it. That's it. Okay, so it looks like we're about to push for 19 now. So once we actually finally closed above the 1750 ish, especially that 18, then the rest is history. There we go. There we go. So Tammy, make sure you go back to the same link and upgrade your membership to the legend level. Alrighty, the level that says sold out is not available. Not available. Alrighty. Okay. So it looks like we're breaking through 19, and the market maker finally showed up. Stop loss at 17. Good job. Keep moving it up. Maybe a weekend holder come out with Monday, and yeah, maybe Alex. Depends how we close, right? It's still really early in the day. I'm gonna move this line. I know that line should be at 19. I'm gonna move it to 20 though, just because 20 is always, yeah. Best part of the day is moving those stop losses. It really is, Sean. It really is. When you're in a position and you just have to move your stop loss up. Yep, that's is amazing. There's a little block there of. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so the closer you get to $20, right, the more resistance you're gonna have. Why? Because people are gonna want to take profits. People are gonna want to take profits. Good job, RM. Good job. Again, out of all the stocks in the markets, guys, we've stuck with SMX and it's been rewarding, right? That is the power of community, isn't it? Right? That is the power of community. SMX is still looking, not SMX. LIMN is also looking really good too. So if you're playing with this one, you're happy. If you're playing with any of those, you're very happy. Again, this is what happens when people come together, and right. Again, out of all the 4,000 stocks or five in the market, we've stuck with three names today. BOXL did well. We've obviously always been watching this one. It's done well. LIMN and then SMX. Right. So teamwork. That's what teamwork is. Tammy. Okay. Yeah. So if you click on the same link, like if you want to upgrade to the level that gives you access to Discord, Tammy, just follow these steps here. So how to train your dragon. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for how to train your dragon. I'm looking for how to, yeah. So if you click on this, if you follow these steps, Tammy, it's gonna help you upgrade. So these are the instructions here on how to upgrade your membership. Alrighty. Weekly goal Mets. Thanks SMX. Let's go Sky Guy. Well done. Congratulations. This is the right way to end the week, isn't it? Sean got in at 14 out of 1921. Well done, Sean. High five, everybody. Well done, guys. Well done. And we still look good, right? But there's nothing wrong with like scaling out of those positions, taking those gains. Let's go, John. Well done. Let's go. Well done. Yeah, look at everybody's cooking SMX in Discord. The scam is at 71. Yeah, Bitcoin had a nice bounce. Greg, you got an 18 to 1940. Well done, Greg. You know, you know what's a pet peeve, guys? You know what's a pet peeve? You know what's a pet peeve? You know what it is? You know what it is? You know when you guys send me a DM and say, "Hey, can I buy this stock now?" That's a pet peeve. You know, like when we're sitting on here watching SMX talking about it, like, "Hey, it's gonna break out. It's gonna break out." You know, non-financial advice. And then when it pops to the highs and we're at below resistance, and then you send me a DM asking if it's gonna break out. Don't do stuff like that, please. You know it's resistance. What that tells me is you haven't been studying, right? You haven't been studying, or or actually thinking of like where you should be getting in. Should I buy now? Like, come on now. This entire time, from between the breakouts and the curls and everything else, you're asking me whether I should be buying below resistance. While everybody in the chat in Discord is spamming and on stream, you guys need to chat in the chats, like in Discord. Chat in Discord. Don't send me DMs asking when to buy. Ask on stream. Ask in Stock General. Ready? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Or uh, oh, you are Tammy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, get well soon, please. I broke my rule and added to a losing position this morning on BOXL. Lost my whole week. Then SMX added way too large, but made back your loss. Slapped me. Yeah, Regan. I think that's that just the good thing is you were able to get into something else that looked good. But this is why I tell people not to add to losing positions. Right? I'm not a fan of it at all. Do not add to losing positions. Right? Not a fan of that at all, especially when it's a momentum stock. You need to the entry and the stop loss, have a plan rather than add to the losing position, because you're adding because it's a problem. Anyways, Jay, welcome to the community. Welcome, Jay. This is your invite link at the bottom of the chat. It's loading, if it is loading. So here we go again, SMX. So we're testing that $20 now. Okay, there we go. Love it. SMX, beautiful. That thing says, can we thrust again? Can we thrust again? Let me get you an invite link. Unbelievable. Okay, so Jay, this is your invite link at the bottom of the chat there. So click that link, and follow the instructions in the getting started channel. Alrighty. Another party for 200%. Why not? That $20 is still going to be resistance though, so just make sure you're moving those stop losses up. Do you mind? Yeah, absolutely. It's called the Bull Bear Algo. So if you go to the Bull Bear Algo channel in Discord and the Bull Bear How To channel, it's all going to be explained in there. Alrighty. So again, $20 resistance is going to be interesting here. Alrighty, and there goes the $20 rejection, right? So $20 is going to be a problem, right? So until it closes above $20, that's resistance. Off for the weekend while you're green and don't overtrade. Good, 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 good. Good jobs. I like it. Yeah, so it looks like they're basically coming back to retest that last level, right? $17.50 to $18. Surprise? No, right? $20 is resistance. You fail that one, you retest the other one. So surprise? Not really. And a lot of people are taking some gains, so that's nice. Sure. Okay. I just wanted to look at that just because, yeah, Mero with a beautiful pump all day today. Beautiful. BOXL is trying to come back a little bit. Trying to. So it's bouncing off that magic $2, isn't it? So nice consolidation and nice little pop. Nice little pop. And again, for now, SMX is just a retest. Any thoughts on oil swing over the weekend? I think, honestly, always a good swing, Jeff, because you never know what's going to happen with all these countries wanting to fight. Uh, let's see. I need to take a nap after a burrito and a thrust. Let's go, Raven. Enjoy the nap. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm sure we'll hop off at some point and go back to Discords. Have a wonderful weekend, Raven, and catch you in Discord. Jeff, of course you do. Of course you're hoping they win. Okay. Uh, Wanted to swing by and say hello. Scumbag things. Ayo, good to see you. Hopefully, you're ready for the weekend. Got sick of winning so much. Started talking about it. Yeah. Let's see. New England. Yeah. So again, watch for that 1750 to 18 level. Come on, retest and curl already. We don't have time for this. I must be doing something wrong. I cannot figure out how to join or either upgrade. Can you send me a link? Yeah, so same link at the bottom of the chat, Tammy. So click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot, and you can upgrade that way, or you can follow these steps, right? So right there, these are the steps. So if you go to the YouTube channel, which obviously you're on, under the membership section, um, right under the membership section, you want to click on see perks, and then select the level you want to join, and then just click change level. Yeah, or again, just click that link at the bottom of the chat, then that should take you there. Mm. So at the very least, we're retesting and holding for now, so that is good. So that is good. As long as the volume doesn't die, as long as everybody doesn't move on because they've made their money already. Uh, is not a 19 level. I have a line there, 1750 and then 20. Okay, there we go. We're gonna hop off in like 10 minutes or so, guys, and then go back to Discord. Alrighty. So we give it another 10 minutes, and then we shall continue in the Discord. Interesting. At the last month's low. Nice, Dan. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I like it. Let's go. Well done, Dan. It's a good way to end the week, And then you can have a barbecue this weekend. A barbecue. Is that a cow? Yeah, so it's something. uh, yeah, it's a cow. Do you think SpaceX combined with Tesla? No, SpaceX is actually combining with XAI, so they're merging together. So it doesn't look like they're going to merge with Tesla. So so both of those would most likely IPO together, Jeff, or maybe not. But I think they're going to at some point. Yep. So SpaceX and XAI. So Elon wants to build data centers in space, I guess. So that's pretty cool, you know. I'm notifying virus. Hey, Josh got me this hat the first time we were in Vegas because it wasn't a cow, it was a goat. Uh, Sam here, explaining and requesting. As this is my first day, please let me know how it works. There's a video. Locksmith. There's a video in Discord. There's a video in Discord in the Getting Started channel. It's an onboarding video. It explains every channel in Discord and what goes on everywhere. So watch that video. Energy prices going up because of all these data centers. Yeah, no wonder the energy stocks have been going up. I think if you look at the XLE ETF, it's been pushing up, hasn't it? Energy, energy. No, 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 no. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. But 20 overrides 19, and if you look at the chart, it wicks to 20 before it started 19, and then yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just yeah, yeah. No, when I say Bitcoin's a scam, I'm half joking and half not joking, and then the other half is salty, like Dan said. But yeah, so um, yep, yep. I've said that quite a few times though. What is the new coin? I don't know. Not a scam because it has good, like it's had price action over time to maybe say that it's not, and honestly everything's a scam, and a scam because we don't know who created Bitcoin, we don't know what purpose it serves other than store value and blah and all the other blah 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 things, right? So we really don't know, right? There's so many questions that we couldn't answer about Bitcoin, so many questions. So have joking, have not joking. Alrighty. No, no, no. Yeah, where will we meet in Discord and Stock General? Look, yeah, we always when we get off the stream, before after the stream, we're always in Stock General, and you should be getting all those notifications. Like your phone should be blowing up because we're saying, as people type, it comes through your phone in Stock General. What the hell is that? It unbelievable. Okay, IBG. I was just going to leave and it popped 440 IBG. 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 Ooh, okay. I think it's coming up a nice bottom after a split, Raven. Very nice. This would have been a good bottom feed as it consolidated up 350 there. That would have been really nice actually. The float is 500,000. Shush. I think at this point though, Raven, the last time it did this from that same bottom, it failed at $5.10. So I think honestly at this point it needs to break above that again. Maybe that's why we have the line there. Maybe this line should be moved, but yeah, so like right there. It looks good. The spread is pretty scary though. The float is really low. The volume is also really low. Like the volume is 120,000 shares. But at the very least though, I think just the fact that we have this resistance from the last run at 510, it needs to break above that level. But that bottom feed would have been perfect at 350 because it actually sat there for a few days with that low float. That would have been perfect. This is why we have to pay attention to these split names, because sometimes they sit there for days. Well, oh well. Yeah, so now it needs to break out. What's scary though is the spread is like it's like 40 cents, 50 cents almost, Raven. Crazy, crazy. Angel, yeah. I mean, they had to bounce at some point. Like these things had to pop at some point. Oh, Kelly Services work. Oh wow. Really? Interesting. Yeah, Kelly B. That's funny. They sent you a text. Huh. Local openings that follow flexible, tailored to your schedule. La, 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 la. Crazy, crazy. Kelly B. So, Raven, enjoy your nap. Anyways, let me know if you have any last questions, guys, and we'll hop off in a bit. Alrighty? Let me know if you have any last questions, and then we'll hop off. Let's do. Hmm. Hmm. Should I keep your FATAQ? That's an OTC stock. Dan, you're done as well. Time to go. Much love. Thank you for a great stream. Love you too, Dan. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy the nap and movie and snacks and some barbecue this weekend. Have a great weekend, Dan. See you later. See you in Discord. FATAQ. Yeah. So once you have that Q of Fat Brands, that's the one that got delisted. Should you keep this? I mean, at least it got delisted and it didn't go to like. Actually, it did get slapped. What's your average on this comeback things? CM, have a wonderful weekend as well. Ready? Enjoy. See you in Discord and see you on Monday. Belen, thank you. See you in Discord as well. Jay, have a great weekend. Alrighty. And see you in Discord. Is it curling or dying? I think the criminals are leaving, so it's dying. But no, so you're now retesting this. So watch this level here at 16. You might have a bit of support at 16, just because it's had a few wicks at 16. Alrighty, so I don't think we could say that it's dying yet, but that $20 level was a pretty nice exit for a lot of people. Right, so now watch that 16 area. 21.8. Oh, that's not bad. It's not horrible. Not bad at all. I would say as long as it stays about 20 cents, you should be okay as comeback things. I just don't know how much of a run you can get in the OTC market though. Like how much of a run can you really get? Right? I don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of volume here. Right? Usually this thing had 7 million in volume, right? Now in the OTC it has 300,000. For penny stock, that's very low. So again, not a it did pop this morning actually, but then it dropped in the very next candle. So I don't really trust it, don't like it. It's in the OTC. I don't like anything in the OTC. So if you're not feeling comfortable, get rid of it. If you do like it, then just watch 20 cents. Stay about 20 cents. It's in the red. Yeah, but you're in the red, like barely red though. Yeah, 21.8 versus 21.4. Like you're barely red a penny. So $16, Swami. Yeah, like $6. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So you can always manage that position with like no blood. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we'll keep watching this thing as the day goes on, obviously. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody. Smash a like before you go though if you haven't already. I would appreciate that, please, and thank you. Alrighty, take a second and smash a like. Alrighty, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet, you should come join us in Discord. So click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us. And if you do, when we're not on, just send me an email or go to the community section on YouTube, and you're gonna find your invite there. Alrighty. Again, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. If a stock is making lower lows on the 5 minute but not the 1 minute, um, if a stock is making lower lows on the 5 minute, it has to be making lower lows in the 1 minute. Sadden. It's just not possible, right? Like if you're crashing in the 1 minute, if you're crashing in the 5 minute, you have to be crashing in the 1 minute. Have to be. So then you can't really trust any of it. Steph, have a wonderful weekend. Yang, see you later. Much love, everybody. Be safe. Yeah, probably Saturn. Yeah, you can always we can always look at the chart in Discord and Stock General. Swami, have a wonderful weekend as well. Good, you're learning. Yeah, good. From daily to weeks to green now. Good. Yeah, come join us in Discord. Not kidding. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.